Alright.
Yeah, no, we could do that. We could do 3. It's easy, man.
Yeah.
Three's got flavour anyway.
This is basically what I started with on
Yeah.
XLs. Yeah.
I brought that for 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good, man. I still use it on outside kick all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mate, I wanted to talk about that. I didn't write that down, but because my fucking only qualm is with recording music is drums, man.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, it's so fucking hard to hack. I think. I
love
think drums
it.
are the hardest ones.
Yeah, but that's what's so
So
fun
yeah,
about it.
yeah. That's
It's
why I want to come in and do
ultimate-
some fucking drums and stuff.
Ultimate challenge.
Get some
really.
towels on the go and all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Right, you know what I mean?
It's because it's just like so open-ended.
Yeah.
Like every single drum has like such a huge range of tones. It's just like endless options. So
Yeah, because you're not dealing with like a particular like there's not a format, is it? And to recording anything, I suppose it depends on what you've actually got. And like more often than not, sometimes when I'm actually recording my own original samples, the best sounds I get is often from like really cheap fucking weird things,
Yeah,
like a Christmas
definitely.
bauble. Yeah,
Yeah.
I use sometimes in my music as like a little
That's cool.
like percussive thing.
Two.
Yeah, half a plate.
Half a plate. Yeah.
Mate, the story. What happened was the other day. Yeah.
I haven't weird.
Well, my explanation of it, yeah, is I slept Wes's one night last week, and I fucking woke up the next day. I wanted to do myself something to eat, so I got this plate, fucking put my food on it, washed it, put it on the side. Wes had come home and said, "Why have you smashed me fucking plate?" I'm like, "What the hell are you on about?" He's like, "Mate, it's fucking perfectly in half."
It was just a plate, just an half. Like.
Yeah.
I think it come on off the draining board thing, didn't it?
But obviously, there's a crack
Yeah.
must have gone in there.
Ah.
Don't know what's happened if the water with the heat or something it's just split. Like weird, anything.
I'm keeping it though for half portions.
Yeah. Portion control.
Yeah.
I could do with one of them.
So we've got a knife, so we might be able to do the death nut.
Yes.
So you like spicy food then? You must have liked Thailand.
Yeah, I love Thai food.
Yeah.
Yeah, real. The food was great there. Like I went to China a couple of years before that, and I was fucking really excited about the food, and it was so shit.
Yeah, I've heard that.
The food was shit. Like I couldn't get, like, not to say that the food we have here is anything close to what real Chinese food is, but
No.
the cuts of meat were so low quality.
Really?
Like you couldn't get like a good portion of food that actually had any kind of like sustenance to it, because obviously quite a poor country in places, so you're just getting like just veg everywhere, and
I
just
know a
like
guy that
and
went China.
the meat that was in there was so sketchy sometimes, like really weird meat.
I know a guy that went China once, and he was the same. Couldn't find any food anywhere.
No.
But then he found this bird, and she was cooking omelettes.
Oh yeah.
And it was like he said to his missus, "Oh, let's go get one of them
Yeah.
omelettes." And like when the omelette came, they were eating it like and she stopped eating hers like, and was like, "What's up like?" And she's going, "Oh no, it's all right, can you?" And what it was, the bird that was cooking them. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got long black hair, and there was a hair all running through it like. So they found that food, and it's like,
Yeah.
Did you ever eat insects and things like that?
You could buy them from the market. I didn't
Yeah.
buy any because it just felt a bit cruel. Really, it's like a scorpion, like
Oh, mate.
alive on a stick. I
Mate.
was like,
Alive?
alive,
That's
yeah.
Chinese though. That
Yeah.
isn't
oh,
it?
in
Like,
China.
Yeah.
in
yeah.
Thailand, it's all cooked like. Because
Yeah.
one of my favourite meals, well, it's not really a meal, but snacky things, street food, is a Thai water beetle. And they cook
Oh, yeah.
They cook it in like butter sauce.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking delicious. Once you get over the taboo of like breaking the
Yeah.
legs and things like
It's
that,
like
it's
a bit,
actually really
like a bit
nice.
cockroach like.
Yeah.
I've eaten crickets.
Yeah, I like them.
They just taste like crisps.
Yeah.
Crisps.
You
Yeah.
can't you can't be too like fussy about this kind of stuff. It's like I don't like it if you eat meat, you eat meat, right? And if when people are like, "Oh, I can't eat anything with a bone in it," it's like just be a veggie then.
Yeah.
You know, be a veggie. You can't like
Are you a veggie?
No.
I want you.
no.
You want, are you?
I eat crickets.
Yeah, but a lot of vegetarians actually, because I remember putting a post up not long ago about if these eco warriors go on about saving the planet and stuff, actually eating insects is a good way of cutting down on emissions, and not emissions because they're not driving fucking 4x4s
Well,
these
no.
crickets like. But anyway, apparently it's better for the environment, like, and
It's
a lot of vegetarians agree with eating insects and stuff like that, which makes you question about what it is that makes you stop eating animal. Is it the size of it? Because if I tread on an ant, and we're getting dead philosophical straight away now, I don't care. But if I trod on my cat or a cat, I'd feel guilty as fuck.
I don't know.
That's emotional
It's just
attachment to that cat.
Or any stranger cat, any random cat. Like.
But that's just because you've been brought up to realise that a cat's a pet.
Don't you think it's not instinctual?
No, because you got countries where you'd eat dog.
Yeah.
Because they have stray dogs running around. Dogs to them are like cows to us.
Yeah.
Like, we've been brought up to realise like cats and dogs,
No,
and
eat.
horses.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
we have sentimental
I need
attachment to
horse.
them.
I need horse. Like.
I wasn't.
probably-
I wasn't
have with the
outraged
Tesco.
when there was horse meat in the
Mm.
lasagnas. I
No.
wasn't. I
No.
wasn't that
Well,
gobsmacked.
no, the only thing
honestly.
about it was what might have been in the horse meat.
Well,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got no problem with horse meat.
Our mate Bobby taxi tour Thailand. He likes dog, doesn't he?
Well, he had a dog, yeah.
Tell
and-
Oh,
tell a
God.
story about when me
Well,
Uncle Nick
yeah.
told him we don't eat dog.
Yeah, he says we don't eat dogs, and he's like, oh right, and he's making him feel dead sad, like, yeah. And he says it's like, would you eat an elephant? Because it's sacred
Yeah.
in them
Thailand, yeah.
in Thailand. And he says, oh no, I wouldn't. He says, well, it's the same for dogs, like.
Mm.
He says, well, what was it nice, like? Was it all right? He went, alloy. That
Mm,
means nice,
alloy.
like.
Yeah.
Didn't
That's
give a
the thing.
fuck.
That's the thing, don't it? With like the cultural thing, like we
Yeah.
see cats and dogs, they see elephants, and
Yeah.
they got an emotional attachment to them. So it's
But-
just
but
all
the-
the cultural.
The
upbringing.
Thais will eat anything though, because I was on an island, Koh Samet, and a snake come out the sea.
Mm.
Yeah. And this American guy says, if the Thais see that, it'll be on the barbecue.
Mm.
Next thing, the barbecue was fired
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was on the barbecue.
It's
Right,
funny.
shall we introduce you guys, man? Like, thanks for coming in the podcast. We've got Mr. Sam Bloor in with us today, owner of Lower Lane Studios, and that's been going for like 5 years now, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
It's
this
come.
year.
Is it the anniversary it's coming up to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be October
Yeah.
this year.
And
5
are you
years.
planning an event for it, or are you not?
Maybe. Maybe. Still effing and ahhing about that. But there'll be something. There'll be. I've got a few things lined up for the 5-year thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of ideas there.
Well, Luke, and this is Luke Medlock.
Hello.
Sort of.
Hello there.
You
Luke.
can see him. You can see him in the underground pretty much every other night. That fucking Lee Barber's there, but you're in a band as well called Moral Slip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
What's that all about?
Just making really heavy,
Hardcore.
angry music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Are you gonna if Sam does this event to mark his 5-year anniversary? Are you gonna help him out, or have you got any ideas? Or
I think these boys are busy.
Yeah,
You're busy
we
that
got,
night, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just moving my fridge or something. Sorry, can't make it.
He's already expressed his disinterest in,
oh
this,
no!
in this event.
Oh shit, man!
It's more that we've got local gigs lined up, so I don't want to not sell tickets to each of the events.
Yeah.
Because I'm already selling for another.
Okay.
Conflict of interest, really. Like
Where are you playing at them in October?
October, we're playing the Undergrounds, doing a charity show.
Is that like Beat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Beat Eating Disorders charity, raising money for that. Just somehow managed to get 4 local bands to perform tribute sets.
Covers.
All that. Yeah. So
So we got who's the bands and what the cover, what the bands that they're playing.
we have Moral Slip doing Slipknot. We have
Nice.
Of Legions doing Limp Bizkit. We have Plastic doing Nirvana.
That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Oh, I
kill
saw
that.
Plastic last year.
Yeah.
They aren't from Stoke, are they?
Winsford.
Yeah.
Yeah, Winsford
Yeah, yeah.
/ Stoke. But they'll smash.
They'll smash Nirvana. Yeah, that's gonna be killer.
That'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
You'd want to go that gig, wouldn't you?
I will, especially for the Slipknot
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
massive Slipknot fan.
Well,
like,
it's the event as well. It's had ridiculous amounts of interest.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it looks good, man.
Let's
Can we
sell
talk
it
about?
out.
Let's talk
Sell
about
it
this
out.
charity actually, like, because how did this all come about, and what's your connection with it? Have you got a thing about eating disorders or something like, you know?
Yeah. Don't want to delve into it too much.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's fine.
there has been links within the
Yeah.
band to eating disorders and stuff. So as well, there's a lot of people associate eating disorders with it's like a teenage girl kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we're just sort of doing it to raise awareness that it can be
Anyone?
any age,
Yeah.
any gender.
is that all eating disorders? Eating too
Yeah,
much or
any-
anorexia,
anything.
bulimia?
Yeah, bulimia. Well, it's like with bulimia. Well, most eating disorders, people think that you just lose weight from it. But with like bulimia, you can binge eat, make yourself sick, and then because your blood sugars will be super low and you'll be lightheaded, so you'll eat more sugar to get your blood sugars back up, but then it causes weight gain.
Yeah.
So people do associate it with just losing weight and stuff, but it can cause weight gain as well. So
So what about people that just eat too much as well, like that put on a lot of weight? Is that another eating disorder or?
I'm not really an expert on that side of things, but I don't see why it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Mm.
But that might be more towards mental health as well.
Yeah.
The reasons
Well,
why.
it's all connected. It's always connected, isn't it?
Yeah, the reasons why you eat and
But
stuff like that.
this charity sounds cool because it's not like it's not based in Stoke-on-Trent. It's like it goes on a move and whereabouts around the country and stuff like
based
that.
everywhere. Just call up and get help from.
How did you find out about it then, or did you get approached? Or
just Google.
Yeah.
It's just I just did it off my own back.
Yeah, nice one.
So this charity show. So
Sick, cool. So
It's gonna be a big one, that. I reckon we could sell that out.
yeah, I think we've got online sales, and the online sales are doing pretty decent without that much promotion. So as soon as everyone starts promoting and selling their own tickets to their friends and stuff, I reckon it will be a sellout.
yeah, man, cool. When I said I wanted Sam Bloor in, it was you that popped up, I think, because of your two connection. I'm pretty interested to find out how you two actually know each other.
Okay. So
Take it away.
Because is it like a long? Has it been quite a long term thing?
yeah, like I think we must have known each other now for like 7 or 8 years.
But I think even
Probably.
before that, we probably crossed each other in the music scene, but just didn't real because you've been in bands for ages. I've
Yeah,
been in bands for
me and Luke
ages.
just we're kind of like a duo really. We like work on a lot of the same projects together. So like quite often I'll record something and Luke will do the video to it, and that's how we met. So
Well, yeah, or even like photography for bands or design.
and
like,
Luke's done loads of work for like my studio and my own bands and things like that. But the way we met is I did a recording. The first thing I ever recorded was for a lad called Aaron Mobley, and I did a little EP with him. And Luke did the video for it.
we were back in college. That was in college
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and basically I just bumped into him one time. And I was like, "Oh, you're Luke. You did that video for Aaron." And we just kind of kicked off from there, really. And then we did more projects together, and we never played in a band together, weirdly. But we've done loads of different projects.
Would
together.
you start a band together?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if it'd work.
No, maybe not. Well, it's not worked out so far. We've tried jam a couple of times, and it always turns out really bad. Actually,
no.
I don't know why. I don't know. We
Maybe.
just don't.
We're quite similar musically, so I think when you're in bands together,
Yeah.
if you're too similar with music taste,
You end up being the
that's
band that you most want to be
I'm not-
like.
I think it just doesn't work as well.
I'm
You
not
have to
sure
have-
if we're both wanting to be in control a bit too much as well.
Maybe, yeah.
Like we're both
yeah,
usually
we're both band dads, aren't we?
we're both
Yeah.
usually like the songwriters and the kind of like lead ideas guys.
Creative
So
direction
it's
stuff.
almost like I think when we have tried to jam together, it's just been a
So
bit.
who have you worked with between you? Like,
Well,
so-
Fucking hell. The list goes on,
pretty much-
wanted.
I don't know, what have you done videos for that I've recorded?
Black Coast.
Black Coast,
Oh, a
man.
lot of love for you two guys from Black Coast.
Yeah,
fucking
lot-
Scott.
Love
yeah.
those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost wore my merch today, and Luke's
Oh.
got the hat on.
Oh shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Can I didn't even notice.
The odd one out,
I didn't even know they had caps.
Yeah.
I want a cap. Get him in again.
I can't even think.
We've done loads.
Yeah,
haven't
it's
we?
been too much now.
And like I've recorded like loads of bands that Luke's been in, like Blunt Slide, Ever, All the Best Tapes, Moral Slip. What else have you been in? Is that it?
I feel like there's another one there.
I
but
feel like
can't
there's
remember.
another one in there as well.
I've been in too many bands.
Yeah, and Luke's did the videos for like my bands, and yeah, we've kind of crossed over on loads of stuff. Luke's done like all the main promo stuff for the studio over the years. He's like done
Yeah.
all the main photography and helped with like website design and logos, and he's just like my go-to guy, right hand man. And he's we've worked together on a couple of projects where like Luke stood in and helped me with the recording as well because he's pretty handy in that side.
Yeah,
so-
because you were ill or something from a
Yeah.
holiday.
Yeah, I was really ill. So like earlier on this year, it was like January. Me and a couple of friends went away to Belgium, and we got we were drinking a little bit. Like it's a big drinking culture in Belgium. Some really nice beers. And then on the last day, we were getting the coach to the airport, and a friend of mine just started out of the blue projectile vomiting everywhere, and it was like flying all over the coach. And it like went up onto the ceiling and was like dripping down. onto my friend.
Ah,
Nice.
fucking hell.
And we were all just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, we only had a couple of drinks. But then we flew home, and all of us were super ill, like, the next day.
What do you think? Yes. What do you think it
I
was?
don't know what it was. I think it was in January, and it was freezing. And one day we got soaked, and we were walking around all day, like, kind of soaked, and we were just drinking, not eating very well for a few days. And I think we were all just really run down. But I got back and went straight into the studio with this band called Hot Plate. I was doing two days with those boys. And I somehow managed to get through the first day, like not too bad. And towards the end of the day, I was feeling a bit dizzy, and I was like, oh, I'm pretty tired after this holiday. And then like overnight, I took a real turn.
Yeah.
And these boys had like come down, and the songs were really cool, and they had a hotel and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't want to let them down. And I called Luke after he'd been at the Underground all night till like 4 a.m. I woke him up at about 8, and I was like, Luke, man, you've got to come in and help me. And he did as well.
Mate, that sound is fuck though. That is. If you know what the crack is like, you know what I mean?
I sat there all day on this little stool, like
man.
shivering. I had like a big coat on, a hat on, and I'm pretty sure the band thought I was hungover at the start, but it got to like 6 p.m. and I was still just as bad. I was white as a ghost. I was shivering. I couldn't even like really look at the screen. I was just like explaining to Luke like what to do, and he was like, "What button's that?" And I was just like, "Chop that little bit there, and then just get this little bit." I was like, "Take 2 was good from like this bit," and he was just like, cool. And he did a really good job, and that record sounds really fucking good.
Well done, Luke.
And he basically recorded half of it.
That song, man.
Which one?
What's it called? That song is so good.
Oh, Dizziness. They've just released that as well. Yeah, they do
lyrics,
really well.
Man, the lyrics are so good.
It's just like they wanted that. Like I think they titled the song before they wrote any lyrics, and basically just Googled Dizziness. And
was that the one that you ended up recording?
Yeah, Luke recorded it.
How weird is that?
Yeah, and I felt pretty dizzy.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
The dude just basically reads out like the medical description of what dizziness is. It's a really good song.
Mate, can you remember when we went fucking Thailand on the plane? Can you remember when you spilt wine everywhere and it went all over the ceiling and everything?
Oh,
Mate, the boat. This is when we went Thailand, like when we were on about Thailand earlier. But we were on. Was it Etihad?
Emirates.
No, it was Etihad, I think. It was Etihad. And because we were going to Dubai, obviously you've got like a lot of Muslims on the plane who don't drink fucking alcohol. So Wezzy puts the fucking wine in the cup holder, doesn't he? He's fucking pissed. I'm the one that's the young Grease first fucking trip outside the country, like. Wezzy just gets this wine. For some fucking weird reason, you just flap the cup holder, and the fucking wine just tips up, goes fucking all over the fucking passengers on the front of the plane. Everyone's looking back at me, and he just doesn't give a shit. And then the air hostess is coming over and fucking have a go. I thought we were going to get arrested.
Yeah, it's raining red wine.
Fucking hell.
I'd love to do that.
I wouldn't
hate flying.
Oh, don't bother me flying.
I hate it.
It gets worse, apparently.
I can't sleep. I can't sleep.
No, I can't sleep on planes. Especially
sitting up like that, I just can't do it. It's horrible.
Right, you've seen little bits of the podcast, haven't you? Was it you that saw the Black Coast one all the way through?
Yeah.
So you're aware of the first feature, aren't you?
Is this the nostrils feature?
No, this is Snacks, this first feature.
Oh, okay.
So every week what we like to do is we got guests in and we like to just treat you with a bit of something to tickle your fucking...
I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hopefully you like this. I mean, there's only one weirdo in the room that I know that doesn't like it, and that's fucking Wes, and I don't know why.
And you didn't like clubs?
No, I do like clubs now.
I like them now.
It's now talk with the club. See?
Right. Snacks.
I like snacks. I want a snack.
That's the one.
And I've already started eating them, man, because of that night. Some Maltesers.
Oh,
innit? Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
A staple.
I'd rather a pork pie.
So grab a handful of them, boys.
These
aren't
great for the mics, right?
I'll try one.
No, that's what the point of the podcast. Yeah, that's what we want.
Oh,
no, that's what we want. That's what we want.
No.
No,
Is it like
That's gross, man.
Still the same, mate.
Taking his headphones off.
I don't want to hear that shit.
These are great.
I don't like them.
Still don't like them?
No.
What?
I think I had too much of them when I was a kid.
Do you like Horlicks? Do you like Horlicks?
Not so much.
I fucking love Horlicks.
Do you know?
It's basically like the Malteser stuff, isn't it?
If you mix Horlicks and hot chocolate together, it tastes nothing like a Malteser.
No.
I tried it. It doesn't work.
No, I'm still not a Malteser. I think I had too many of them when I was a kid. Just like...
I like them. I rate a Malteser.
8 out of 10.
We're rating snacks now as well. Like, this is just a rating
We're
podcast,
bringing
isn't it? We're going to start rating guests soon.
Rating.
Well, that was snacks, man. This week was Maltesers.
I like snacks. I want a snack.
We're having a conversation before the podcast began about bands in Stoke, right? And Luke especially, you got this impression that there's now less bands in Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
Because you obviously work at the Underground, so you're seeing it from ground level, the sort of people that are coming in, and you're also, I bet you've seen like a dip in crowds the last few years, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to start off by saying that I'm not saying the quality of the bands has gone down.
No.
Just the number of bands.
No, slag someone off. Come on.
Every local band. Terrible.
Except yours.
No, even we're terrible. Everyone's terrible. No, I just think since working at the Undergrounds, I've noticed that it's usually like the same bands playing the same local venues, whereas before it was a massive variety constantly.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's down to. It could be schools teaching music less. Could be.
Yeah. Is that the case though? Like, what do you mean when you say that? Like,
hello.
Yeah.
Well, from what news articles say and stuff, it seems like schools are taking a turn away from the creative subjects like art, music. So it could be down to that. Could be down to SoundCloud rap generation.
It just doesn't feel like guitar music is as cool anymore.
No.
It's just taken a bit of a shift, really, and even guitar bands are like leaning more on like the electronic side anyway.
I'd actually think that's a good thing though. Like myself,
it's not a problem. Like, it's just probably taking a couple of years to shift.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably end up with a generation of really interesting, up and coming like local bands.
Do you think rock and roll is dead or dying?
I think everything goes around in cycles.
Yeah, it could come back.
Just come back.
Because look, late 90s, all like dance music was popular, and then like early 2000s, you had like all the new indie music coming through, like Libertines and all that kind of stuff. It just all goes on. It's same with Stoke music scene. Like
we're just in a bit of a dip, aren't we?
Like in the Stoke music scene, we'll have a year of tons of metal bands, then that'll die down, which is what's happening now. There's not that many metal bands, and then indie music will get popular again, and then indie music will die out and metal will come back. Just what happens.
It goes around in waves, really.
Well, I thought it was different than that, because the Your City Festival that Ben puts on, Ben Nixon.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because I saw a load of bands one after another. I thought there was quite a lot of bands in the...
There's a lot.
We're coming from a new perspective, right? So since doing this podcast,
yeah.
obviously, I've never been out there networking as much as I've been doing now.
But
so to me, it's like I see it as a really positive thing because I'm meeting that many people that I never knew existed.
There was a lot of bands in your city who weren't from Stoke, though.
Was there? Like who?
A lot.
Like who?
Well, I know at the Undergrounds, there wasn't that many locals.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was all inside Stoke. Well, that's credit to Ben if he's actually importing.
Ben did a great job on booking that. I'd have a breakdown booking for how many venues was it? Like 6.
Something like that.
It's a great event. We need stuff like that massively. Like, I'll always support that kind of stuff.
We need things like this, man. Where, like, for example, like we haven't had a proper conversation together before. Hopefully, I'll be down your studio soon because I'm up for doing some sampling and work and stuff like that.
You cross paths eventually.
Yeah.
It's like, people ask me all the time, like, oh, how come you haven't like worked with such and such yet or whatever? And it's like, I'll come round. Like, we'll get together eventually.
I think I'd like to see a community that we built like a few years ago when we had things like the Stoke-on-Trent Music Award, which I want to talk about for a little bit as well.
Enjoyed that
because is it like 2 years that we haven't had it now? Because it only went on for like 2 years.
It was on for 2 years and then off for 2 years, but hopefully it'll come back round.
What about the Pilgrim's Pit? What do you think what them guys are doing down there?
I don't know much about Pilgrim's Pit, honestly.
Oh, mate, the new one's really fucking good.
I haven't been to the new one.
I think I'm going on Friday. Oh, if you're free Friday.
What's going on?
My Japanese mates, Page of Punk, are playing.
Oh, cool. That's good.
So that'll be good.
See, I'm really excited actually about Pilgrim's Pit because I feel like we've needed a small venue for a a while.
Yeah.
What's the
cap of that place? Do you know?
150, I think.
Yeah, so it's on.
We need a little.
Sounds good in there as well.
We need a little venue like that. Like, it's cheap to put on shows and bring in small bands to the city because it's like if you want to bring in out of towners, like you can't always offer them like a huge guarantee, and the Sugar Mill and the Underground can't always take a risk on like a really small band. But you still want to bring them through if you can. It's like. We do need a little venue like that.
Well, that's why like Harry's Bar was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Harry's Bar was like...
Even though
it was rough in there, wasn't he? I did like Harry's Bar.
It was good.
For a music venue, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Like,
it wasn't
upstairs.
in an ideal location, but like the bar itself was good. For
it was like free hire, so the promoter can just pay the bands like petrol and stuff, and so many small bands played there who've like blown up now.
Oh,
but that's props to Dave Buck though for finding the bands before they blow up.
We honestly, like, when I was 16, 17, 18, we played with so many bands that ended up blowing up and going enormous.
Yeah.
Like, great opportunities as well, We played with, like, Low Atlantis, Don Broco.
Yeah. Well, I played with
Proceed,
Narwhals there as well.
Narwhals.
Yeah.
I know, like, the lads at Sworn to have played with While She Sleeps, and then they blew up, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was a good scene, actually. We had some massive shows in
I miss that era.
It was good.
Such a good time.
Harry's Bar, that doesn't exist now.
It turned into Minster's. It's in
Right.
Stoke opposite the cemetery.
Right, okay.
It was like some weird little.
Just a bit up from the glebe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like some.
Was it
weird...
like a punk place, but
No.
slash like rockers?
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was rough as fuck.
I've never
Yeah.
seen people in there apart from a gig.
I swear my dad goes on about that.
Yeah, your dad will know.
Yeah, my dad will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's upstairs. You used to go up these stairs, and there was like a tiny little room, and you used to put gigs on there,
Yeah.
and it was great.
Man, a fucking one good place, but it's just recently shut down. Marty's Bar on the Cultural
Mart's
Quarter.
Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where that gig I'm on about Friday, the Page of Punk.
Yeah.
That was meant to be at Mart's.
Really? Shit.
Honestly.
And then
Yeah.
got closed down. And
It's so disappointing.
Did you ever go?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that bar.
It was cool as shit.
I've been in loads.
We only went twice, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first time was on Your City when Slide Machine were playing. I thought, what a great little fucking venue, and it was packed as well. It wasn't like
Some of them ales in there.
the ales
Yeah,
fucking ace,
nice.
the dark ones
Yeah.
especially. Yeah.
I feel like there's something behind the scenes.
It's
we
Mo
don't know
Mo
about.
Chowdhury, ain't it? That owns it, so it's got to be something. I mean, I don't know all the details. I've heard little bits, but I don't know who to trust. But
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with
because
that.
it seems successful, so I think there is something, but we can't conspiracy. about it.
No.
I don't
You
know.
can't.
I don't
we're
know.
allowed.
I
This
don't
is
know
not the
too much
BBC.
about it. I've heard-
I just don't know enough about what's going on.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
I
man.
just heard that being in the cultural quarter like that the rent and the business rates are so
it's
high.
really high. Yeah.
It's really disappointing. If that is the case, it's
It
really
is because that's
disappointing
the
that
place
council-
that's actually fucking supporting Hanley for me personally. Like at the minute,
It's the best
Like,
place in Hanley. I
It's
mean, I love
great.
that strip.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, if that is the case, it's really disappointing that the council aren't supporting businesses like that
Yeah.
because we need vibrant stuff like that in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
city
yeah,
centre.
absolutely,
It's
man.
like when I bring bands from Birmingham or Manchester, and I take them for
take them straight there.
I take them. Well, no, because the thing, even that's not enough. I take them to like Bottlecraft, Mart, Clay,
mate, yeah.
and like that's the best we've got to offer.
Yeah.
And I love
That's
it.
your
down
mate
there.
and who owns Bottlecraft and Tea's going to come
Chris
in for a
Wilson.
podcast.
Yeah,
Wilson.
yeah.
Chris.
Wilson's great.
People people from other cities can't believe that that's our city centre.
Mm.
They're like, where is everybody?
Yeah, but that's not our
When
actual
it's-
city centre.
No,
Stoke, imagine taking
No,
them
I
to Stoke
do-
City
yeah.
Centre.
When
Man.
people-
Imagine taking them there.
People
You
get
know,
off
yeah.
the train. People get off the train there and try and go for a drink. Like,
You
where
said
you
Clay.
gonna
What
go?
do you think of that place?
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah,
as
pizza.
well.
I haven't had pizza in there, yeah. But they won't come in for a
I
podcast as
think
well,
so,
don't
yeah.
they?
Really?
I've spoken
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
Mate, we're going to do it all,
They
like,
said
yeah,
they'd certainly
yeah.
be up for it, yeah.
Yeah,
Get 'em on.
and they could do. I'm thinking something along the lines. My dad was saying something about snacks the other day. He was like, "Yeah, and when you have snacks, do something that they've brought in, like a pizza or something." Do you know what I mean?
I love them
Just
pizzas.
fucking ace
Yeah,
that
it's great.
Ben
It's a good
Nixon
place.
took me in there first because I was
Mm.
moaning at the beginning of the year. There's no good pizza places around Stoke.
There is now.
He says, I'll take you one. He
Yeah.
took me in there and it was
Oh,
like,
that's great, yeah.
Although the macaroni pizza is the stodgiest thing I've ever Pasta on pizza.
I've had
chooses
just the
that?
macaroni,
That's
right?
on you. for
Here's
choosing
another
that.
one, right? Right, pineapples are just a typical argument, right? But anchovies for me.
yeah.
What are you saying on a pizza?
No.
Not a fan.
There you go.
Well,
Not a fan.
Pineapple, I'm indifferent to. I know people get so passionate about.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
pineapple. It's
Yeah.
like,
I'm either, man. I like
think
pineapple on
I
pizza.
think it's good. I like
I couldn't care less.
fruit with meat.
Right.
oh, you
For-
like sweet and
Like-
savoury?
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
but if you have grapes and apple in a salad, that is the
Banging.
one.
Mm.
That is
Or
the
like a pear and pork salad.
Pear
Pear and
and
pork.
Yeah.
We had pork and apple.
Pork
Yeah,
and
pork
apple.
and apple go.
Pork and pear.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
but
mix.
I mean, I like
yeah, but apples and pears, man.
I like
same
all
thing, aren't they?
cheese,
Just
I
different
do.
shape.
But I don't
Yeah.
like cheese with fruit in it, and
Do you not?
that's the only ones I don't
Oh
like.
no, yeah,
like all
chunk
stuff.
of cheese with pineapple, mate. Yeah,
It's all banging.
that'll be snacks, like.
Don't do cheese.
Right, let's move on to the next feature. Right,
Cool.
this is the one. This is the favourite.
Oh yeah.
This is the feature of the fucking podcast. It's called Nostrils of the Week, right?
Oh wow.
And it goes something like that.
Was it working this week?
Yeah, it's called Where's His Nostrils, not Nostrils of the Week. Nostrils. Right, so
Reese's picked the nostrils. this
Wes
week
likes
for me.
nostrils, right? But not any nostrils, and we don't just fucking put up any old nostril, any old pear, right? They've got to be
Well, they've got to be like round, forward facing,
What's the criteria?
Well,
What's the marking criteria?
If you can see them without going like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That you're a contender for
Let's see.
Wes's nostrils of the week, right?
I'll see the top nostrils.
So this
now.
week, you might have seen this guy because he's a fucking shit-hot, multi-talented musician. He's called Mark Ribbolett, right? And he
Oh,
does a
yeah.
lot of Facebook videos.
Ooh,
Oh, the
okay.
fun guy. Who
Yeah,
loses.
and he's
He's
like,
good.
he's a proper little freak,
Did you see
anyway,
the-
but he's
yeah.
8.
Did you see the collab we did with Anthony Fantano?
Yeah.
It's so good,
Yeah, it's
man.
good.
Fantano one.
I've been following this guy for ages, and I
Yeah.
never realised how good his bloody nostrils is. And when Wes was struggling to get some nostrils,
I don't know if
yeah, go for a zoom on.
they aren't
Circular.
They aren't resting though. They're not rested nostrils.
Actually, he's bloody
Do you know
pulled
what
me
I
up
mean?
there,
Yeah.
auntie.
Well, yeah, I'll see the best nostrils.
Okay.
Like
Because I feel like I could easily
Find somebody else.
replicate that.
Well,
nostril.
if you keep in
This
touch
is
after this
so
podcast,
bizarre.
man, and
I'll see
I've
the.
never thought about nostrils.
mate, but trust me, as soon as you leave this house, right, and you start seeing some circular nostrils,
Yeah.
it'll be in your head forever.
I don't think
Especially ones like these.
I don't think
these,
it will. This isn't going to leave the room.
These are the best nostrils. It's a actress, Nikki Costello, her name is.
Oh.
Look at that for a
Okay.
set.
Oh. See,
Oh,
that sort
yeah.
of creeps me out a bit.
Yeah.
It's like staring down a barrel of a shotgun, is what Scott Pennington said.
No, that was about the other one. Not
Yeah,
them,
yeah, but that was his phrase he wanted.
Yeah.
I'm not
Fucking
sure
haze.
about
I like
that.
the file name.
Forward facing.
You gotta name the file the description of the nostril.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
forward
of
To
it.
facing
keep,
nostrils.
just so you keep catalogue number and make sure it's
Oh, yeah.
formatted properly.
So that was Nostrils of the Week, and wild congratulations to Mark Ribbolett.
Hey, up.
Where's his nostrils?
got
Where's
there.
his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Where's his nostrils? Nostrils of the week.
Your musical adventures started in college, didn't it? What led you up to actually eventually owning your own recording studio?
Yeah.
You studied at, was it Burslem?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
But I guess that was more music performance. I was supposed to be on a music tech course. I got
Yeah.
signed up for the wrong one.
Yeah.
Spent the whole time playing, blues solos. Which
Anyone can do
sucked.
that.
That pentatonic scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh god.
I can solo for 64 bars.
Wow.
How's 64?
That's what we had to do. That was one of the assessments. It was terrible. So yeah, like I knew I wanted to get into production. Like we went when I was in school. I had like a little metal band. We went to the studio for the first time. So it must have been like 15, and it just sort of clicked. I was like, oh, like before that, I just thought I wanted to play the guitar like as much as possible. But I saw what that guy was doing. I was like, oh, okay, there's like another avenue here. Like this could be. It just kind of felt right. I don't know. And I went to the studio more over the years, till I was like 17, 18, and it just sort of started to click. I was like, oh, I'm more interested in this,
And
really.
writing and
So-
producing and...
So yeah, I tried to go to college for that, but it didn't quite work out. I was on the wrong course, or they weren't. I think the idea is that they had advertised that they were doing a tech course, and about 3 people wanted to do it, so they just sort of shoved us all onto one course, and like occasionally let us in the studio. So that kind of sucked, and then I left. I left college, and I was just like, I'm kind of done with education now. Like that was a big waste of time. So I pretty much left college, and I just said I'm just gonna go and give this a go. And at the time, we left college, and my band at the time went and recorded in Surrey with this guy called Matt O'Grady, who'd worked with like You Me at 6 and Def Havana and stuff like that. So we'd saved up more money than we ever had before, got out of the area, got a van, went down south, and I didn't know what to expect when we got there. I was kind of thinking like, this guy's such a big shot, like I think we're paying like $350 a day or something, which was so much for us as like 18-year-olds. And I didn't know what to expect. Then we showed up at this guy's house. It was like size of this place, and then we went into like a tiny little basement studio with like a really basic setup, and it just kind of clicked with me that you could actually record like serious music and have a career with a very, very basic setup. And this guy was putting out records that were far superior to anything I could get locally, even though we'd been in studios that must have been worth like 10 times what this guy was using, but he was putting out records that were way more successful and sounded way better. And it just kind of clicked with me, really. Like before that, everyone had kind of told me that you couldn't do it without like 50 grand, 100 grand, like huge bank loan and all this kind of stuff. And then
You really don't, man.
This guy was just like, oh yeah, you want to get into this? I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, just fucking get a laptop then and do it.
Yeah.
So I did. I came back and I just basically started making records. So I did that for 2 years out of college, and I was kind of getting there with it. But then I did decide to go to university, which kind of got the ball rolling even more. Then it's just to go up to that next level because I was getting better education. I was around more
I think
people.
music tech is actually worth going to college for. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
I know a lot of fucking subjects in college and universities are nearly pointless when you leave because it's like, what avenue do you go through next? But I don't at all regret taking music technology. We went to the same college as well, Newcastle. And we know the same tutors, Simon, Rich Lane, and Joe Bard was there at the time. And then you eventually taught, didn't you?
I did,
After I went, which is crazy.
It was a bit of a freak accident, but
yeah,
I did for a little bit.
So what were you teaching, like just music tech? Like?
Yeah, music tech stuff. Yeah. It was just like basically like it was so strange. It was like so I did like 2 years at university, and then I was such a massive nerd that as I went into my third year, they asked me to come back and teach the first years.
That's ace, that is, man.
Because one of the lecturers dropped out last minute, and they could just pay me like very little compared to like some stand-in or whatever. So they basically got me to do it, and then that just led on to more work over the years. So that
I suppose in a way as well, that because you're basically teaching kids, aren't you? I mean, it's like, I mean, not kids, like, but
this was
16 to 18 year olds.
No, this was degree. This was. So
was it?
These were like degree
20s.
students. Yeah. Some of them like more mature. Some of them a lot older than me. Yeah. I've taught people who were like 50, 55.
But I guess that gave you good like social skills, didn't it, for when you eventually started your own business? Because what people forget about people that are running a studio is it's not just about your skills as a musician. You've got to be able to like get on people's levels. Do you know what I mean? So on the social aspect,
it's a more vital role of the job. Yeah. Honestly, compared to having any sort of understanding of the tech or having the gear. It's just like being a person that people want to be around.
Yeah, exactly. And
just being somebody that you would want to actually hang around with and make music with. It's like I'm not really a very skilled musician. Like,
but that's what the Black Coast guys said about you.
That's really nice.
They said that you're not a very skilled musician.
Yeah.
I'm not. But it's just like if you're gonna go to a studio, like who do you want to be there? Like when you turn up.
Yeah.
Well, he says that rather than you said you watched it all, but he says you're producing it with them rather than
I am. Yeah.
Well, you're
just recording.
Yeah, you're the extra member of the band, aren't you? Really, for that period.
That's what he said. Scott said about you. He says
that's really kind of him.
No, the ace thing, what you do and what not a lot of producers do, is after the time's done, that's it. Fuck off. Get paid. You get the fee. And then when they go, you're still working on shit, and you're still coming up with your own ideas. You know,
you just come up with an idea, and
you really invest so much in the artist. That was what it was.
Turn it into something else for him.
I'm obsessed. Yeah, I mean the project I'm doing with Black Coast at the minute is kind of a unique one. I don't get a chance to do this with every artist that I work with, because there isn't always the time, the budget, and also like you just can't do it with everyone because there just isn't enough time in the day. But I've been working with them since. Well, I've worked with them before, but like on this project, we've been working since January, and we've basically just gone a song or a couple of songs at a time, and we've just. Normally, they would just come in and record what they have, and then that'd be it. But we've just been breaking it down. I've been going to the rehearsal room. We've been writing there, been sending demos back and forth. I send them my notes. They tweak it, send it again, come in. We'll tweak it some more. We'll sit down. We'll do the vocals. Then we'll do the vocals again.
Easy work with.
Yeah, very easy. Yeah, I really we get on so well. It feels really natural.
And have you been doing videos for them, Luke?
Yeah, I've done loads. I've done a couple. I think I've done 3 now. So.
Did you study like media or anything then? Or is this just like a hobby?
I studied graphic design.
Yeah.
And I was a bit of a little shit at college. Like
what do you mean?
I've always been the sort of person who's like clever, but never like I couldn't be asked to do anything.
Right.
So I had a really good lecturer, and
you sound like a hipster right now, man. Were you that guy in college when everyone was like, "What music do you listen to?" and you were like, "Stuff that you don't listen to."
My favourite band, a Neutral Milk Hotel. No, my lecturer, he was really, really good. Like I proper connected with him, and he understood that the way to keep me focused was just to give me a shit ton of work. So the college needed a promotional video doing, and he was like, "Go do it." Like, I never held a camera before.
You know?
Yeah, it just developed from there really, and then I got into photography because I was forced into that as well. Yeah, that's how you keep me interested. Just give me a list of things to do, and
What's your biggest passion?
I'd probably say music.
Yeah.
I do. It depends. It changes. Like if I'm working on tons of videos, I'll end up hating videos by the end of it. And then I'll get interested in photography, and then I'll get bored of that when I've done too much of that, and then I'll prefer design, and then music. It just changes. Depends on what I'm working on as well, because I do a lot of corporate work.
I think for a lot of intelligent people, like you constantly need stuff to refresh. And sort of if I'm doing the same thing all the time, I'm not bigging myself and saying I'm dead intelligent, but I am that. But like this podcast, for example, it's actually made my music better just because I'm free now. Like for the past year, I've been just so obsessed and just like so.
You lose interest in it, don't you?
That's just become such a fucking bore, like, you know what I mean? I've done there, and I'm like this project. Like I wrote a fucking track last night, and I haven't done that in ages. You know when you write a track from start to finish. Well, I mean not producing or everything, but you've written a track from start to finish. I did that.
Yeah,
and
did you do it in like an hour as well?
I did. The basicness of it was like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's fucking.
I think that's the danger of being freelancer. Like I'm sure you'll agree when you turn your passion into your job, it can get a bit.
Yeah, it's really weird actually. I almost wish. I mean, I don't wish. Like I couldn't be happier really. Like I've literally got the career of my dreams. Like the stuff I want to achieve within this field. Like I'm not at the point where I want to be, and I'm sure I'll achieve more. But I do kind of wish that when I was 16, 17, someone a bit older and a bit wiser would have said to me, you know, this thing that you love more than anything in the world, are you sure you want to make that your job? Because I don't want to be in a band anymore. I didn't want to play music anymore because I've been doing this now for like 8 years. I've been playing in bands for like 10, 12 years. And like, my band must have finished about 18 months ago now, but it was just like a light went off because I was in the studio all day recording drums and mixing, and I'd be there for 10 hours, and then the band would show up and we'd rehearse for 4 or 5 hours. And I just remember looking down at my pedal board and just thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, because it's just too much music in a day. It's 16 hours of music is just too much. And then you go home and have 5 hours sleep and come back and do another 10 hours of drums. It's just like
that's kind of the same for me. Like
so much.
When I was doing graphic design at college, I was doing it for stuff I enjoyed, like bands and stuff like that. But the money's not in there, really. So I had to start doing like corporate work freelance, and it's just mind-numbing. Like
what kind of stuff's that like? Going club nights and stuff like that?
Pardon?
When you say corporate, fucking...
sort of like... So I do a lot of designs for petrol companies.
Oh, you're not talking about videos. You're talking about
graphic design.
Graphic design. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so I do lots for like petrol companies and restaurants and stuff, and it does get a bit monotonous over time. But that's where the money is, and then so I can do like the corporate stuff to get my main money, and then I can do like the fun stuff like band videos and stuff on the side for more to be creative than the money. Yeah.
I had to go out and find other hobbies because I realised that I didn't have any hobbies.
Your hobby's your job now.
My hobby became my job, and then I realised I didn't have any other interests other than work.
You don't get out in the sun, do you?
You're not very fun to talk to if you only talk about work.
Music, yeah.
You know what I mean? You only talk about work. You only talk about music. It's like I had to go out and find other things. It was quite weird, really. Like it was a strange feeling when I realised that like music wasn't my hobby anymore.
Oh yeah.
It was weird, and it took a while because I'd been producing music for like 7 years.
Do you think does that ruin it for you? Because I've started feeling like the past year like it wasn't a hobby and it was a task. And it put me off it like.
But I think that's the way you go about it. It's the way you go about it.
It doesn't put me off. I mean, I'm a bit of a workaholic, really. I need to be busy.
Yeah, same.
I try and take time off, and I just have to work.
Well, today is my first day off. I've just worked 18 days in a row at Tesco, man.
Yeah. So what did you do to fill the gap then, Mark? What was you?
Honestly, I kind of hit a point at the start of this year where I was like, I don't know if I want to or can do this anymore because
You
I was just.
you used to have those chats with me like every 6 months. Didn't you?
Well, I used to.
And I'd be like, don't.
It was my own stupid fault because I would record so frequently that I'd be in the studio sometimes like 26 days in a row, and then I'd have one day off and do another 14 days in a row, and I didn't have any hobbies or interests outside of that. So I kind of realised like, okay, this is my job now. Like I guess I never realised that it was becoming a job, and I thought everybody else works 5 days a week. Maybe I should try and work 5 days a week.
Oh no, mate, no.
So I try and take every other weekend off, and I've got a few things that I do throughout the week now where I have to leave work.
Yeah.
So I play football on a Monday.
That's how I'm on, yeah.
So I have to leave, and then I do a gym class on a Wednesday and a Friday. So like at least 3 times a week, I'm getting outside, seeing some friends, moving my body.
You need routine as well.
And I have to leave. So it's like if the session's running over, and not to say that like I won't stay over for anyone, because that's not the case at all. It's just for my own mental well-being. Yeah. It's like if you twist my arm in the right way, I'll just work all day and all night, and then I'll burn out and I'll be depressed.
But I think
so
as well,
I have to force myself to not be there, else I'll work myself into the ground.
Like when you become freelance as well, you will be working 7 days a week.
Yeah, and you do have to pay your dues in the beginning.
Yeah, because it's survival, isn't it, when you first start?
Well, I don't see a day off as a day off. Like, I don't know what that word means anymore. Because it's like I was saying, I've worked 18 days. Today is my day off, but today is podcast day. Yeah, and like getting some music done and getting some, you know what I mean?
I don't want days off to do nothing.
Yeah.
I can't.
It is nice every now and again, though.
I can.
To have like... I class it as like half a day. If I'm at work for half a day, the rest of the day I'll be like, right, I am just going chilling in my bed with my hands in my pants and just scroll through Facebook for the next 3 hours, and it's just so blissful.
Yeah,
honestly, man,
I can do like a half an hour tops. Like, it's weird. I have to do something.
Yeah, same.
It's weird, but yeah, I try. I just got a busy mind.
So hobbies, do we like memes?
Yeah,
yeah.
That is one of my number one hobbies actually.
It's possibly my favourite thing to do.
Yeah. Every morning, every night.
Memeing.
Scrolling through
Just
memes in bed.
Right, so we did have some soft memes. It's like fucking describing porn. Like, it's like soft porn and like hardcore.
Give me that.
I mean, I'd say it's not hardcore. It's not hardcore memes. These aren't. But I mean, because you came in and said we don't want soft fucking shit, I've done my best, and I've pulled the fucking old portfolios up onto, pulled the old files up, and we've got some good ones.
Are they actually memes though?
Yeah, they are memes. Well, you can be the judge, aren't you? The good thing about this game is it's called Chose Your Meme, and you have to do the rating. So it's not up to me and Wes.
Okay.
And we want decimal points, so we don't want no
like
rookie scores, no
like
7s and 8s. We want 8.2
like a proper bar stool.
Yeah.
Do you watch that?
Yeah.
Yes, mate.
That's what got me into pizzas.
Yeah,
That's what got me to go to Clay.
It's weirdly fun to watch.
I know.
Yeah, it is. And he's a right dickhead as well. That's the thing.
I like Dave Portnoy. I love him.
I don't get it. Honestly,
I mean, he's a bit of a dick, but I like him.
I don't know why it's entertaining, but it just is. Like, it's just a dude.
I try and watch him every day if I can.
Eats like an animal as well.
Yeah.
Like, he really ravages that pizza.
And he's such a
goes in on the
trim,
crust.
How? He has a pizza every day.
Well, he probably has a slice, don't he?
Well, he probably has a slice a day.
Still like 400 calories in a single slice.
Yeah.
What? 400 calories in a single slice of pizza?
Well, yeah, you've got all that stodgy bread, you've got cheese and
oils, grease,
yeah.
Then your toppings.
No, he doesn't have toppings, he just does...
Just a bare.
Yeah, just a bare
Imagine,
cheese.
I suppose if the base isn't
right, so we're going...
Let's go.
We're going that way, yeah?
Oh,
alright.
That way.
Oh, God.
So, right, so hold on, here we go. This is the theme tune. Okay, so what we've got here. Pride Thursday.
Oh, wow.
Pride Friday.
You did say.
Pride Saturday. Pride Sunday. When Monday comes around after Pride weekend.
That's very, very crude.
Wow.
You said
you asked for it.
You asked for it.
I'm giving you my I'm giving my review. So hold on. So let me guess.
Hang on.
The donut represents the bumhole.
Yeah. Duh.
Monday, Thursday. Hold on. Wait. Thursdays. That's I don't know what's. Fridays and Saturdays obviously Krispy Kreme. Sunday.
You're over analysing this here. What I want to know is, what is that and how do you buy that thing on Thursday? What item is that?
No, I don't know, actually.
That's what I was trying to break down. It's like Krispy Kreme. That's like Krispy Kreme that's been left out for like a month.
Come on, what are we rating it?
Pretty funny.
And then Monday. cheap
6.4.
6.9, a sex number.
Yes, we should do that actually.
I'm giving this 2.1.
2.1. Okay.
Okay.
Next meme. Bumps into feminist. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump feminist. Excuse me, I think the word you're looking for is rape.
Oh, God.
Hang on, I haven't seen Buzz's face there. Oh, okay.
It's not
I like what
Buzz,
they've done with the glasses.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm yet to laugh. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay.
You rate this one.
I'm gonna go like
My job
5.2.
actually makes me laugh.
That's okay.
5.2.
The whole thing doesn't make me laugh. It's just oh sorry, didn't mean to bum.
I mean to yeah.
So just for that
Fuck's
one
sake.
sentence,
Okay.
I'm giving
Okay.
it a 7.
Oh, okay. 7
Just-
point.
just-
7 point.
Just
Okay.
0. Just because of that one didn't mean to bum.
I think that's quite funny. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so 7. Next meme. People using FaceApp to see how they look in 40 years. Global warming.
I don't know. I feel like
You picked some bad ones this week.
I know,
these are
apparently.
alright.
They were requested. though.
I know, yeah.
I thought they were going to be like proper spicy memes, but these just are a bit naughty, aren't they?
I don't know. That's not so bad.
3.
40. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, you have
3
to give it a
points.
You do the point then.
1.
3.1. Next meme. Me. So what disease do I have? Nish, you have Alzheimer's. I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
That's just like a good humble meme. That's just a good classic humble meme.
Yeah, I like Pulp Fiction.
I love Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
Love
but
it.
it's a good film.
So just because of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. I think that's like a. That's just like a good chuckle. That's a beyond a midpoint. Just a 5.5.
5.5.
That's like
yeah.
fine. That's
Sound.
just like ha.
Right, next
You know,
meme.
just a little chuckle.
It's like a quick exhale, like quick exhale from the nose.
Next meme.
Yeah.
When aliens smoke DMT, they see Alex Jones.
This guy.
I love Alex Jones.
I like Alex Jones,
I
man.
like Alex Jones.
This guy. He's got such a strange body.
Yeah, you wouldn't say that to him, though, would you?
Yeah. He is bizarre, man.
Damn, the frog's freaking gay.
I do like Alex Jones, so I'm gonna give it
Do you like DMT?
You can rate this one.
all the time. I'm just gagging for a bong of DMT right now. Just give it to me. I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Just because of Alex Jones.
7 point.
I like his body.
Actually, I'm gonna give it a sex number
He's
because
so
of how
strangely
Alex Jones looks.
fat and
What,
muscular.
6.9?
Fat and muscly.
6.9. He's so fat and muscly at the same time. It's so confusing.
6.9.
6
Next
point-
next meme.
6.9, yeah.
Girls who did this when they were young are into bondage now.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they are, yeah.
Yeah, what about the boys who do yo-yo tricks, man?
What are they?
That's
into?
what I'm talking
Well, what would they
about.
be
Now
into?
they're fully grown, they're gonna love it as well.
Yeah, true.
What?
Maybe.
Bondage?
Yeah, you know, yo-yo
Yo-yo.
tricks.
Yo-yo
With a yo-yo and then doing all this
Cats in
mad
the
shit with
Cradle.
But okay,
You
yeah.
seem to
I see
know
your
a
point.
lot
Yeah,
about
yeah. Okay.
I love yo-yos.
All right. What we rating this meme, boys?
5.7.
5.7. Next meme.
9.
Me waiting for you.
Gary Coleman.
Me waiting for you to read the Google results back to me after I told you I was right.
Is that Gary Coleman? I'm guessing it.
No, I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it
No,
is.
what you talking about?
I only know.
That's not him.
How'd you know?
I only know the Simpsons version of Gary Coleman.
Yeah, he's just a little lad who's really old. And that's
Who's
him.
really old.
Yeah, he was like 30, wasn't he, when he did Different Strokes, wasn't he?
Is that him?
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. No,
No, no,
I'm sure it's not
It
him.
could be. It's very much like him.
Whoever it is, what we rating
Can
it?
you remember Different Strokes then?
I'm not that old.
I used to watch it when I was ill.
I used to watch it.
No.
I
Two.
think. Yeah, I'm not. This is too humble. This is just okay.
Okay. What we rating it?
I like-
What we rating it? What we rating it?
3.1.
3 point. What?
Is
3.1.
this a Stevie Wonder
Next
one
one.
coming up? These are
Stevie
usually
Wonder.
good.
I spent a lot of time with Michael Jackson and never saw him touch children once.
Right, well, this could go into the conspiracy that Stevie Wonder's not blind.
Oh, what?
Have you not seen the video where Paul McCartney knocks over the mic stands and
Oh,
Stevie
yeah.
Wonder just goes,
Yeah, but he's probably got like superpowers.
Like Daredevil.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Your senses get heightened,
He's
don't
got-
they?
yeah.
yeah.
So Stevie Wonder is Daredevil.
Oh, I like Daredevil.
That's why people with no sense of humour have a high sense of self-importance,
Oh, okay.
That's the classic saying, isn't it?
innit? What are we rating this
I
meeting
like
then, boys?
Stevie Wonder ones.
Yeah.
Can we get more Stevie Wonder ones? Because there was one I was looking for recently. And I couldn't remember what it was, so I just googled Stevie Wonder memes. And there's so many good
Yeah, I
ones.
know
There's
some
so
good
many
ones.
good ones. Next one, you should just do a feature of just 5 Stevie
Next time
Wonder
you come in, I
memes.
promise you, we'll fucking do.
Stevie
Yeah, all
Wonder.
Stevie
I don't, know
Wonders.
why he's,
Yeah.
I don't know why he's so funny. He
I
just
think
says.
what we rating this meme?
You wrote this one.
7.5.
7.5. That's a good score.
75%.
I think that's
Well,
is that the best score of the
It
night.
got
Yeah.
a chuckle out of me.
There we go then. Right, next meme. And I think this is the last one. This is a good one for you, Sam. How producers Luke just before they upload some new heat.
Oh yeah, I love.
Hold on, that is you, isn't it?
I started young, yeah.
That's young Sam.
Yeah.
Has he got a golf T-shirt on? 'Cause that's
I want to know what laptop that is.
I
That
love-
looks like a.
that's
looks
the
like
that's the new MacBook. Isn't
I
it?
love producer memes.
you know.
I love all those kind of like
Okay.
when all the meters are just absolutely slammed. I love it.
Okay, so we got young lads
Yeah,
dropping some heat wearing a golf T-shirt.
I looks pretty happy.
10.
My favourite meme about producers
Yeah.
is where there's like somebody in an MRI machine, and they're like, "How does it look, doc?" And he's got a laptop, and it's just like a waveform. He's like, "The snare's absolutely shit." He's just working on a mix.
Right, what
That's
we
my
rating
favourite
it?
one.
10 for the golf T-shirt.
There we go then.
Okay.
We'll have a 10.
10.
Okay. 10 point.
That lad is top.
Great.
Before we go, you like spicy foods, don't you? Are you
Well,
up for
yeah.
this Death Note? The good thing is, because it's the end of the podcast,
Get the death
if you
note
cry
down
like a
your
little
son.
bitch, like
I won't cry.
we can edit it out. Are you up for it?
I don't do nuts.
You don't do
You
nuts.
don't do
Nuts.
nuts. Come on.
Get that death note down.
We
You
your
can't
do-
make me have a death note. on
We
my
kept
own.
forgetting to do
I'll
this
have a
on the
Death
last
Note later
few
on, don't you?
episodes
Death-
because Scott Pennington just refused, just
Yeah.
straight up went, nope, not doing that.
He won't eat anything
Scott
spicy.
loves nuts though, man.
Yeah,
Don't like
Scott loves
spicy
nuts.
food,
yeah,
apparently.
yeah, so-
No, I've seen him.
do you want to do the actual Death Note, or do you
No.
want to do the getting
No.
real?
So we'll do level 3 because that's what we're on the
Pop-
podcast, yeah?
Put me in somewhere in the middle.
I'll have a little one.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
come on,
I'll-
man.
Give us that number 5.
It's not really about.
Give
the
us that
nuts.
5. Come on.
Right.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
cut it on there, because it goes everywhere. And it's
I want
nightmare
a death note.
Right,
You
so-
want the Death Note?
Give us that death note.
Oh wow. Okay.
Do you want to eat the full one?
Let's have a look how big they are. I might have a little note.
It's not really.
You can have a little one, Luke.
Give us that little death note.
Do you want the Death Note?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What?
You going in?
He's having the Death Knot.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a
we
lot-
should have the Death Knot.
There's a little.
Well, we
smidge
should have
of-
the Death Note
I
then.
think
like.
probably-
Let's just do 3. We'll do the Death Knot after, if you can handle this
I'm
one.
doing it.
No. Fucking hell, son. All right, then. Right, come on, us boys.
Right,
Quickly,
come on,
grab a piece.
Oh shit.
And you have to chew it for a while.
Woo. That's a bit spicy.
It actually tastes like shit, you know.
Do you think?
Woo.
It tastes
fucking
It
terrible.
hell.
gets worse with time.
That's a burny one.
Give us a man teaser.
You going for a Malteser after that?
Yeah, because like the
Yeah.
milk. Oh, got the hiccups.
Straight in at the Death Note.
Oh, these taste horrible.
I
It's
know,
so-
man.
That's not too bad,
Oh,
actually.
not too bad, that.
Get a death note. I've got the hiccups so bad. I don't do spice.
You've gone for the Death Note.
He fucking went straight in there, Annie.
Fuck
It's
it all
so.
up.
Oh, it's so hot in here.
I'm crying. I can't rub my eyes out, can I?
Look, as if you've had the Death Note.
That's my middle name.
Death Knot Medlock. That's your nickname from now on, mate.
Not Medlock.
Right, boys. Thanks very much for coming in, man.
Yeah,
It's really
cheers.
nice meeting you.
I'd
been
say
sick.
that, but not after that.
Yeah.
It wasn't nice.
And I think we'll end it there. So, what have you got coming up, Luke?
That gig.
Which one?
Select that one.
When's that one?
I don't know.
October. Where's it at?
Oh,
The Underground. Who are you recording at the minute, Sam?
I'm recording.
You only had number 3, man.
I thought you liked Spice, Sam.
I do.
Get
This is
the death
great.
note.
This is great. I'm recording Black Coast at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm recording Saving Face this weekend. And then,
Who used to be the lounge act?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're crying. been emotional.
You're crying.
It's been emotional, boys. Nice one.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you again soon.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Well done.
Good lord.
13 million Scovilles.
Oh yeah, it's a hot one.